It's just that she has to practice speaking. So Elena, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for the invitation.
And Ellie, what about you, Ellie? No, thank you from your side.
Oh, Vikram, I really glad to see you, and I'm glad what Elena is on your channel today.
Good. So the only thing is, I was telling Elena that otherwise you people never get in touch. You are so busy with your work in Bernal, but I was telling her that she should definitely practice her English, because I think she just needs a little bit of practice. What do you say, Elena?
Yes, I can. Я могу практиковаться с Лизой, да? Правильно я поняла?
Vikram, do you ask her about practice with me in English?
But yeah, with both of us.
Да,
although your English is obviously much better. Your English is much better than mine, but she can practice with both of us. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Elena, you have to tell us about yourself.
Рассказать о себе, да? Yes. Who are you? I'm mommy, I'm woman, I'm wife, and I love mediation. I love work with conflict in family, conflict with parents and children, between parents and children, conflict in school. I like work with conflict in school, conflict in business. I think that mediation, it's culture, conflict with culture conflict, and this we people must development. Lisa, да, развивать. Development.
We must develop mediation as a culture.
Yes.
But, okay.
Okay.
But Elena, this is okay. Wife, mother, mediator, everything is okay. What about Elena the person? What about Elena there has to be a person inside. What about her? Who is she?
Okay. I say about I love. Okay. Я расскажу о том, что I like. Yes.
Yes.
I like life. I like people. People. All people. I like activity, still life, активный образ жизни. I like read, booking. Books, yes.
What books? You have to tell us what books also. After you.
Oh, Ionesco, Nonsense Together. Ionesco, it's very interesting written, писатель, да?
Writer.
Writing. Dostoevsky, I love Dostoevsky. Bulgakov, if you know Bulgakov.
You're going to tell us. Each book that you are saying, you have to tell us about that book.
Такие же.
About Vikram, do you want her to tell about every book?
Yes, every book. Every book.
Oh, Лена, Викрам говорит, чтобы ты рассказала про книги, о которых говоришь, да.
I want speak about one very interesting stories, one very interesting book. Так, Ионеско «Бред вдвоем». Оно переводится, вот это правильно? Ионеско
Nonsense
Together. These stories about conflict between a woman and men.
You can ask Ellie. Ellie will tell you. Ellie will tell you. You don't have to translate. She's translating on her own.
Говори, какое слово не помнишь, я тебе найду его.
о том, как они не слышат друг друга.
About that these men and women don't hear each other. And
Каждый
не
говорит о
понимают друг
своем.
друга. Да?
Да,
They don't
каждый
understand
говорит о
each other,
своем.
and every of them speaks about something what he is speaking about, and another person speaks about the other things in one moment.
So what does she say? Is it reality or is it fiction?
Это реальная история или это скорее вымысел?
Это выдуманное, это художественный вымысел. Данный автор, он пишет в стиле театр парадокса, философия абсурда.
It is this is an artistic fiction, and I will try to find some words.
So which means it doesn't happen. Elena is saying
Statue of paradox. It's written in this way.
Okay, so what she has to tell us is it actually how it happens? Is she reading when she reads it, or is it still something which is not real? That she has to tell us that.
Лена, а вот когда ты это читаешь, вот то, что там написано, оно похоже на реальную жизнь? В жизни также происходит? Или это все-таки не похоже на реальность?
Это очень похоже на реальность. Конечно, там немножко гиперболизировано.
Vikram, it really looks like our reality, but of course in books there is much more hyperbolized such situations.
So what she's going to tell us more about the book. Yes, Elena, more about the book. This can be
еще что-нибудь о книге.
Book can't be only 4 lines. She must have read more about it.
Ну, вообще, я эту книгу рекомендую именно, почему я начала говорить о ней. Она очень хорошо показывает именно ситуацию конфликта, как люди живут в конфликте и не слышат друг друга из-за высокого накала страстей, из-за высоких эмоций.
Лена, сейчас на минутку остановимся. Елена tells that she usually recommends these books because it seems like in our real life people live in conflict. It really seems like our reality, and that then there is a lot of emotions. People can't understand each other, and they can't even listen to each other and hear each other.
But why is it like that, Elena? Why does it happen like that?
Лена, а почему это происходит?
Потому что мы все эгоисты. Это первое.
Because we all are egoists. It is the first. Because we all are egoists. The reason is our egoism. It is the first reason.
У нас нет привычки слышать, стремиться услышать другого. У нас есть привычка доказать свою правду.
We don't have a habit to listen to other person, but we have a habit to prove our position to him.
But is that the situation that Elena saw when she was younger also, or has Bernal changed over the years?
Vikram, do you ask about situation in
when
Barnaul? It was the same? Yes?
Yeah, exactly. When she was younger and today, is there the same thing? Was it
Лена,
different?
Викрам спрашивает, ситуация, sorry, Vikram, I usually lost it. Он спрашивает, вот ситуация в Барнауле, когда ты была моложе, она была такой же вот в плане понимания у людей или как-то поменялась вот сейчас и как было в прошлом?
Окей. I'm philosophy. Я отвечу следующим образом. Переведи вот это пока.
She's philosopher and she will speak in this way.
Когда не было государственности, когда не было... Тогда, в те времена, людям было привычно, когда не было государства, людям было привычно объединяться, кооперироваться и совместно...
наверное.
Да,
In ancient times, when we don't even have the state, when there wasn't the state, it was a usual thing for people to be a common and to cooperate with each other.
But why has that changed?
А почему это изменилось? Но она сейчас еще she will continue now.
Так.
Было привычно объединяться и кооперировать.
Да, было привычно. Со временем, когда появились государства, когда появилась политика, люди начали обосабливаться, разделяться и бояться друг друга. И со временем эта культура стала перерастать в культуру выиграл-выиграл.
Выиграл, Лена?
Ой, выиграл-проиграл, да.
Okay, but later when there became the time of state power and when we get the political system, people start separation from each other and they start maybe sometimes afraid each other, and we get the system when people communicate in relations when one will win and another will lose.
Okay.
Что касается конкретно города Барнаула и Алтайского края,
what is about Barnaul and Altai territory?
Я могу сказать, что на сегодняшний день культура кооперации, культура сотрудничества, она возрождается.
Елена tells that in her opinion today in Barnaul and Altai territory the culture of cooperation is reburning.
That's very good. And why is that?
Но
But how is that? Why is that happening? What has changed? How is it?
Почему это происходит?
Благодаря стабилизации обстановки. Вот когда были 90-е годы и было смутное время, тогда ценность кооперации, она была ниже. Было больше. Да.
Елена speaks that the reason is that stabilization of atmosphere in our society in this time. Because Vikram, I already told you about it too, that in 90s years of 20th century in Russia, of course, it was really hard situation when we have a lot of problems, when we lost Soviet Union as a state. And this time, culture of separation was really hard. And now when our society system become more, become to go to stabilization, now people think about cooperation more.
But this is only here in Barnaul, or do you find from friends that you have in other places? Is it changing in other places also?
Лена, только в Барнауле такая ситуация, или у друзей из других городов тоже так выглядит изменение?
Я думаю, это характерно для всей России.
I think that it's for all the Russia in whole.
Мы сейчас очень активно сотрудничаем с людьми. У нас нет, вот, скажем так, наше профессиональное сообщество имеет хороший контакт с профессионалами со всех регионов России. У нас нет границ. Да.
Елена tells that our in Altai territory community of mediators cooperates now with different professionals, with different mediators from all over Russia, and we really haven't something that mistakes now us to cooperate.
Но мне вообще кажется, люди стали более открытыми и хорошо идут на контакт.
Okay, Rosanna is here. Rosanna is here.
And Elena tells that she thinks that people now also, not only mediators, but people became more open to each other and they want to contact with each other.
So that's very good. So now but Elena, what about your contact with Rosanna? Kazakhstan is also in the same situation.
Hi everyone.
Hi Rosanna. what we were discussing was that Elena is saying that over time people are now cooperating with each other in Russia. Things, I mean, that whatever way they are. So is the same thing happening in Kazakhstan? I wanted to check, is Russia also cooperating with Kazakhstan or not?
Right.
So what do you say? Are things changing in Kazakhstan? Are people cooperating with each other?
Is it a question for me or for Elena?
First, for you first. She's already answered. Yeah.
Just 1 second, let me rename myself, because I started this conversation from the notebook of my son and Rosanna. Should I say that I'm from Kazakhstan? Yes.
Yes. If you are from Kazakhstan, you can say from India. I have no problem.
I'm in here when I renamed KZ.
But
Okay.
Elena was saying that yesterday she told me she's going to be speaking in English, and she said she wants to practice her English. Now today she's not speaking in English at all. Now she's got used to you people translating for her.
No, we're not going to translate, Elena. Just start speaking English. But Lena, she's doing very good and much progress, and I'm really surprised that she was so brave to agree to have this conversation with you. This is a great step forward, I should say.
Yeah. So, but we were asking Elena. Okay, Elena is going to tell us, because this is very good that within Russia, if she's saying that things are becoming better, people are cooperating, things are changing, then in that case, are mediators playing a role in that, or is it something that people are just doing themselves? What do you say, Elena? We'll ask Elena first. We'll ask Elena. Elena, what do you say?
Yes.
Девочки, переведите, пожалуйста.
Лена, вопрос. Вот то, что ты говоришь, пошли изменения в обществе, они связаны с влиянием медиаторов или люди сами по себе стали больше взаимодействовать, кооперироваться?
Мне кажется, люди стали сами взаимодействовать и кооперироваться чуть больше благодаря стабилизации в социальных сферах, но более-менее стабильно в сравнении с 90-ми годами. И вот эта стабильность стала хорошей почвой для дальнейшего развития культуры кооперации, сотрудничества.
The reason is not in mediators, but in the society and people by themselves, because she thinks that looking for stability in our society in last years, that situation is much more quiet than in 90s. That's why people become, as she told, more open, and they start a little bit more cooperation than before that.
А сейчас пришло время медиаторов, и мы должны уже развивать эту культуру. Мы являемся носителями и трансляторами культуры сотрудничества, и, собственно, перед собой ставим задачу развития данной культуры и укрепления. Ой, Лиза.
Все нормально. And Elena says that now she thinks that here become a time of mediators when we may be a translator of such a culture of cooperation to all the people, and we may help them to change the culture in society.
But before that, I think, Elena, you have to. There are people watching from other parts of the world. There is Evi from Greece. There's Yuktanand from Thailand. There is Nitin from India. You want to say hi to them? Or they're watching on Facebook.
Лена, хочешь поздороваться с участниками? Так.
Facebook. Yes, of course. It's very почетно для меня. Как?
Сейчас я буду вспоминать слово.
Розан, как это?
It's anonymous for me.
You can say I appreciate it very much, or
whatever message you have for them. What is the message from Barnaul, Siberia, to Evi in Greece, to Yuktanand in Thailand, to Nitin in India? What is your message for them? Tell us.
Что ты им хочешь сказать? Тебя слушают на Facebook медиаторы из Греции, Таиланда и Индии.
People, I love you. I love you, and I want meet with you. And я хочу вам пожелать счастья, здоровья вам и вашим семьям.
To you and your families.
But she's saying that, but she's not on Facebook herself. How will you meet them if you're not on Facebook? You have to go there also.
Лена, ты есть на Facebook? Как они с тобой встретятся, если тебя там нет?
Нужно поработать. У меня есть там страничка, но она не рабочая, мне нужно ее возобновить. Постараюсь это сделать.
She has a page on Facebook, but she will work with it.
Yes, but how come you people are not on? Rosanna, you're also not on Facebook, are you?
I am, and I'm very active user of Facebook.
Okay.
Good. I use both Instagram and Facebook. Yes.
Because I thought, like I don't know about LinkedIn, because I know Elena has a little. She made a profile, but she's not active on LinkedIn. Elizabeth has just come in on.
Vikram, may I tell you about LinkedIn? In Russia, we have really large problem with using this website because we can't use it in usual browser. It's blocked. That's why to come to LinkedIn, we have usually to go from some difficult ways.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Do you know how you do it? Please don't.
Okay. So it's hard. That's why we almost don't use it.
Okay. No, but because the thing is that these days you need to be out there because obviously you're promoting mediation also. So, okay, yeah, tell us about that, Elena. This association that you made in Bernal for mediators. What all are you people doing?
Лен, про ассоциацию.
Рузан, говори, ага.
Викрам спрашивает про ассоциацию, в которой вы работаете, ассоциация медиаторов. Расскажите про нее, что вы делаете.
Как-то ночью нам с Елизаветой в 1 час пришла идея, мы были в разных местах, нам пришла идея о том, чтобы создать ассоциацию. И в эту же минуту мы решили созвониться друг с другом. Это буквально it's magic. Это была магия. Переводились.
Sometimes ago in one night, in one moment, Elena and me thought about the same thing, about that we need right now start working to open the organization. And we didn't wait for morning. We have a call in that time, and it looked like something magical because we thought about the same thing.
Так Елизавета стала руководителем организации, и, собственно, мы поставили перед собой цель собрать всех медиаторов, объединить медиаторов Алтайского края с той целью, чтобы развивать данное направление, развивать медиацию и транслировать ценность сотрудничества и ценность выхода из конфликта с помощью переговоров.
And so we create an association of mediators in Altai territory. I became the president, and Elena is one of the founders of association, and one of the most goals for us is to join mediators in our region together and to give them a chance to cooperate. And when we will join our forces to go to share information about mediation and about culture of cooperation and about culture of resolving conflicts by сейчас я буду сразу забывать. Sorry.
Rosanna will translate for Elizabeth. Rosanna, you okay?
Culture of conversation, and it's the aim of our association now.
Okay. So, Elena, are you going to also involve Kazakhstan in that? Is Rosanna also part of that or not?
Лена, ты Казахстан в это тоже хочешь вовлекать? Розанна тоже часть ассоциации?
Yes, of course. Розанна is my love. Розанна. Мы сотрудничаем с Розанной. Я сотрудничаю с Республикой Казахстан. В частности, Александр Пак, вам известный, Викрам, Александр Пак, он является основателем Института разрешения конфликтов и медиации. Я познакомилась с ним. Он меня очень сильно поддержал в начале моей профессиональной карьеры. Я у него консультировалась, он мне помогал, когда я была в Алтайском крае одна, и, собственно, я не могла найти людей, близких по духу. Он меня поддерживал, помогал мне не выгореть. Давал мне
Лена, я тебя
супервизию.
приостановлю, чтобы я не забыла. Okay, Vikram, Elena tells that she works with Rosanna and she cooperates with Rosanna, and she also cooperates and works together with many mediators in Kazakhstan. And you know that one of the person in Kazakhstan is Alexander Pak, which is one of creators of their association, and he was a person which helped Elena in her starting of way as a mediator, because when she started working in Altai territory, she didn't knew about other mediators in our region, and she can't find some people which think in the same way as she in our region. That's why she started work first with the mediators from Kazakhstan, and Alexander helped her start her work. He helped her to work with emotions, and he also helped her to protect herself from burning out in our profession.
Very good. No, he's a nice person because he had also come on the symposium as a speaker. Elena was also there. You were also there, obviously. So, Rosanna, there was a symposium that I organized in August and September. So there were speakers there. Elizaveta,
Yeah,
Elena.
I remember.
Yeah. So,
I remember.
But Rosanna, you're also in Nur Sultan, and Alexander is also in Nur Sultan?
No, he is in Karaganda city, and it's not far from Nur Sultan, 2 hours by car.
But
we cooperate.
But all over Kazakhstan, are there now? I mean, is there some association of mediators, or how do people cooperate with each other?
Yes, there are a lot of associations of mediators, and we actually don't know how much associations, but we counted as 60, something like that, 60 associations in every city, in every region. And we also cooperate with each other, and we keep in touch all the time with directors of these centers. And each center consists of different numbers of mediators who live in this region or in this very city.
Because, Elena, what I want to do is I'm trying to make a group of mediators from CIS countries. So I want to organize a meeting on Friday. That's the 18th. What is it? That's the 18th, isn't it? Friday?
Розан, переведи.
Yeah, 18th. On 18th.
Лена, он говорит про то, что хочет организовать встречу медиаторов СНГ и планирует ее на пятницу, 18 февраля.
So on 18th, you people also have to be there.
Я думаю, можно попробовать. Я, возможно, уточню, либо я буду в дороге, либо я уже приеду. В понедельник мы уезжаем с семьей в горы отдыхать.
Okay, so at 6:30 p.m.
She tells that she will try to be on this meeting because she will go the next week with her family to mountains to relax. That's why
she's always traveling. Whenever I see some pictures, she's always all the time.
I like traveling.
But which part of, where are you going? Where is the holiday?
Куда ты поедешь?
Шерегеш, горы, кататься на сноуборде. Кемеровская область.
I don't know how to tell you.
Okay, I can translate. She will go to mountains. The name of this place is Shergesh, and she will be snowboarding.
Wow.
Oh.
Not bad. But people should know that she is what? How old is the oldest child? How old is your older child?
Сколько лет твоей старшему ребенку?
17 лет старшей дочери, 3 месяца младшему сыну.
Скажи сама на английском, ты же знаешь, как сказать.
70 years. My daughter 70 years.
17.
17, yes. Oh, thank you. 17 years. My son 3 months.
Yes, people should know that. She's 3 months and 17 years, and obviously she's active, going to the mountains. But we'll have to see your pictures on Instagram. We'll see those pictures.
Yes. I will show. I will show throws Instagram. Да, через Instagram.
But Elena, like that little video that you sent on New Year's, which I put on LinkedIn and Facebook and everything, when you said that Happy New Year from Russia with love, I think you should send those little clips when you are there. Show us the mountains and say hello from there.
Поняла, Лен? Перевести?
Да. Не все.
Он говорит, вот это видео классное было, которое ты на Новый год
с Новым годом.
Да, он просит тебя снять такое же видео, когда ты будешь в горах, и передать всем привет.
Обязательно. Okay. Yes, of course.
Nice to see those places, obviously. But this is also in what? Your region only? In the same region? Or somewhere else?
В том же регионе находится, или это куда-то нужно в другое место ехать? Там же, где ты живешь?
6 часов дороги.
Скажи на английском.
6 hours. А как дороги сказать?
Скажи на машине.
On the car.
What is the name of the place? What is it, Rosanna? What's the name of the place?
Shergesh was the name.
Yes, Shergesh. Yes.
This is Shergesh. 6 hours by car from the place where she lives.
It is not in Altai territory, and it is not Altai Republic. It's in another region in Kemerovskaya oblast or Kemerovo territory.
What is the spelling of the what is the spelling of the place? Let me also see on Google. Let me Google
I
it.
may write you in chat.
Yeah. But Elena, you were telling us about the books that you read. She was telling us which books she read, and she was going to tell us about it. Yes, Elena. What about the books?
About the books? Рассказать еще о книгах?
Да, которые ты читала. Ты сказала, что любишь книги. Расскажи еще о книгах, которые тебе нравятся.
Окей. Из последнего новое интересное произведение «Замок из стекла». Можете помочь девочке найти? Сейчас я попробую. «Замок из стекла». Автор.
She's saying that the last one was the Castle from the Glass, and she is trying to remember the author.
It's Kafka.
Джанет Уоллс. Очень известный автор, нашумевшая книга, свежая, вызвала множество споров. Может быть, слышали о ней что-нибудь? Девочки, переведите. Розан, переведи, пожалуйста.
Okay. She's saying that this book, The Castle from the Glass, is very popular and is from the last books, and it was very, ты сказала, нашумевшая, да?
Да. Ее даже запретили, кажется, для прочтения. Да, это Шерегеш. It's Shergesh, yes, of course. Yes.
Look, this is the only way we are going to be seeing it. You are going to go there, but this is how we are going to see Shergesh. So might as well look at it.
Yes.
Well, thank you,
very
Vikram.
Nice. Very nice place.
Yes. Helena, this is not right. It's not right that you go to these places and we have to see the pictures. I think we are going to have a mediators meeting in Sherigeshna next.
Oh, это было бы, it's cool. It will be cool.
Yeah, it'll be cold, not just cool, it'll be cold. And it'll be cool and cold, yes.
Он говорит, будет и круто, и
Cool and
холодно.
cold. Yes, yes, yes.
Cool and
yes.
cold.
Да.
But Elena, you're going to tell us the story of the book. You know, I don't read books. So you have to tell us the story of the book and what you learned from the books that you read.
Ага, он говорит, что тебе нужно рассказать историю вот той книги, которую ты прочитала, о которой ты говорила, потому что ты знаешь, что он книги не читает, и ты должна рассказать историю. Я его еще не доперевела, он как раз включил этот картинку. Vikram, before Lena was saying that this book was very controversial and even it was prohibited. She heard that this book was prohibited. So it's going to be interesting. Lena, okay, tell us, because I'm also very interested in this story. Ага, Лен, расскажи, про что история.
Автор Janet Walls, история основана на реальных событиях. Она рассказывает о своем детстве, и книга начинается с того, что она видит свою маму совершенно случайно, и мама что-то ищет в мусорном бачке. И ей становится очень стыдно, и она делает вид, что она не замечает своей мамы и уезжает. С этого начинается рассказ.
The book starts with a story of a young girl who one day sees her mother trying to find something in the trash bin, and this girl feels very bad and shy because of her mom, and she leaves. Она уезжает. Куда уезжает? Что делает?
Просто уезжает, чтобы мама ее не увидела. Она постеснялась своей мамы.
And because of this situation, this girl runs away so that mother couldn't see her.
И эта книга интересна тем, что она рассказывает о разных представлениях об этом мире и об относительности того, что такое хорошо и как должно быть.
And this book is very interesting because it shows different ways of thinking about bad and good, and different ways of thinking how things should be, and what good things means and bad things means.
Казалось бы, вот есть это выход за стереотипное мышление. Эта книга помогает и учит нестандартно мыслить.
And this book is about non-standard way of thinking.
С одной стороны, кажется, этим людям нужно помочь, им негде жить, они добывают пищу в мусорных баках, но когда ты читаешь книгу, ты видишь, что они счастливы. И для них...
From one side, you see that these people are very poor and they're looking for food in trash bins and you want to help them. But from the other side, you see that they're happy in this life.
И эта книга поднимает очень интересную тему. В конце книги Дженет Уоллс говорит о том, что показывает пример, как в университете учитель спрашивает, что нам нужно сделать для того, чтобы помочь бездомным. А она отвечает, а вы не думали о том, что они даже не нуждаются в помощи? Не все бездомные нуждаются в помощи. Это их выбор, и многие счастливы от этого.
And this book is very interesting because at the end of the book, that Janet Walls shows the university where the students, там она показывает студентам, как еще раз история?
Учитель спросила студентов, Да, Дженнет Уоллс, она как раз была студенткой. Она спросила, как вы думаете, что мы должны сделать, чтобы помочь людям, которые находятся, вот, ну, не имеют своего дома?
Да, поняла. So Janet Walls was a student, and her teacher asked students, "What do you think about poor people, and how can we help them?" And she shows another way, because учитель, да, учитель сказала, что почему вы думаете, что им вообще нужно помогать? Или это Дженнет Уоллс?
Дженнет Уоллс сказала, да. Дженнет Уоллс.
So teacher asked students, how can we help these poor people? And Janet Walls asked teacher and others, why do you think that those poor people need our help? And these homeless people need some others' help. Maybe they are happy.
Ну, собственно, эта книга поднимает вопрос об ответственности и об относительности этого вопроса. Дело в том, что люди ушли от ответственности, они выбрали такой образ жизни, и они были счастливы. Вот такой интересный взгляд.
So this very book grows question about
responsibility.
About the choice.
Responsibility.
Yes, about the choice and responsibilities. And she makes people think from another side. What if those homeless poor people have chosen themselves this way, and they don't need some others' help, and they're happy in this life? So this book makes us think about the problem from another side.
I think that's a very important thing, because people are ultimately, whatever be the income level, someone is obviously richer than you. So if you stop being happy with what you are, then obviously you can never be happy, because definitely we are poor compared to someone else. So when do you say that, no, now I am all right? You'll never say you're all right. So I think at every point we need to be happy with who we are. So what does Elena think about that? Let's ask her.
Лена, тебе понятно, что Викрам
Не,
сказал?
переведи, не все, частично.
Он говорит о том, что на самом деле очень важно уметь быть счастливым в тех условиях, которые у тебя есть, потому что если сравнивать себя с кем-то другим, как бы хорошо ты ни жил, ты всегда можешь найти кого-то, кто живет богаче тебя, и ты будешь беднее. И вот можно, получается, так бесконечно себя сравнивать и не быть счастливым.
100%, да, я согласна с этим. Yes, I agree with you, Vikram, yes. И вот, собственно, эта книга говорит о том, что счастье – это понятие очень относительно, и мы, будучи медиаторами, работая с людьми, всегда должны понять, что для людей является, что для людей хорошо. И не нужно навязывать собственно, свою позицию. Собственно, мне эта книга кажется, в ней много говорится о медиации. Ой, девочки, переводите, как попало. Говорила, Алис, переводи.
Нормально.
Поняла, да, смысл?
Vikram, Elena said that she during reading this book, she think that he a lot of something that we need to use in mediation, because when you're reading about such people which are living poor but they may live happy, and that there is a lot of relative concepts in our life, because the things which will be a good or a bad ones for one person don't will be good or bad to another, and we must remember about it in mediation when we are working, because we mustn't tell to other people our position of understanding of something, because our thinking that something good maybe don't will be good for them.
Yep, absolutely.
Можно я еще сейчас скажу? Вот в самом начале Викрам спросил, кто я, то есть рассказать о себе. Ну вот в первую очередь я, наверное, хочу сказать, что я вот медиатор. Я постоянно мыслю как медиатор, я читаю литературу и смотрю на нее с позиции медиатора. Наверное, это не просто профессия, а образ жизни уже.
Тамас, можешь сказать?
Нет, я буду очень долго говорить. Лучше переведите меня.
Can I also be part of the joke or not?
It's not a joke, but Rosanna wants Elena to speak by herself in English, but Elena don't want to speak for some long time. Vikram, Lena tell that in the start of our conversation today, you asked her who is she, not as a mother or as a wife, and now she wants to tell you that she thinks also that she is a mediator not only as a profession. She tells about that she have a mediator mindset, as you speak about usually, and it means that she usually think as a mediator when she's reading books, when she go in life and she sees some conflicts or our questions, she always think how to resolve such conflicts.
Before we go further, let me tell Elena, she's popular all over the world because I told you there's someone from Greece, Thailand, India, Morocco, Ghana, they're all there. So she can say hi to all the other people also. Yes, Elena?
Девочки, помогайте.
Поприветствовать. Там на Фейсбуке тебя уже присоединились мало того, что все, кто были, еще и из Марокко, и из других стран уже смотрят. Говорят, ты супер популярна по всему миру.
Oh, it's excellent.
Look, according to me, even South America would be here, but only because the time there is right now in the middle of the night. So they could not be here, but yes, they would have also been here.
Викрам говорит, что здесь были бы и представители Южной Америки, Латинской Америки, но они не могут сейчас присутствовать, потому что у них глубокая ночь.
Ну, пусть крепко спят. Хороший сон – залог здоровья.
But now with her daughter growing up, is she also, I mean, in terms of mediation and as a person, is she coming out as that kind of person who has that kind of a thought process, like a mediator mindset? What does she think?
Лена, а у твоей дочери, вот сейчас она уже взрослая, что ты можешь сказать о ней? Вот у нее способ мышления, он похож на медиатора или кем она?
Это не могло пройти бесследно. Она научилась, она умеет разрешать конфликты с помощью переговоров, делает это очень успешно и всегда применяет эту методику, предотвращает серьезные, огромные, масштабные конфликты в школе, на улице. Она активно участвует и постоянно везде выступает в качестве переговорщика. Да, это, ну вот она росла в этом. И муж тоже научился, хотя ранее он был более импульсивный. Сейчас стремится все спокойно через переговоры, отрабатывая эмоции, убирая эмоции на второй план. Девочки, переведите.
Vikram, Elena speaks that her daughter, it can't happen another way, because when she was growing with Lena, she also always saw how it goes, and that's why she have a mediator mindset already now, and when she see conflicts in her class, at school, or when there became some conflicts on the street, she have really active position, and she helps them to stop this conflict by using the conversation with people. And Lena also tells that her husband, before that, he was much more emotional, but today he also start using conversation with people, and it helps him to stop conflicts.
Not bad at all. So Elena has changed people around her. So that's very good. But Rosanna is going to translate this. So Rosanna, what I keep telling people is that there are these people with the mediator mindset everywhere, be it in schools, villages, communities. we have to identify them and bring them into practicing as mediators. So which is what I want you people to do there, which is why I want to do that meeting with the CIS countries, everyone. We have to start reaching out to villages and everywhere. So you can obviously translate that to Elena, and you have to tell me, you people have to tell me how we are going to do that. Yeah, Rosanna.
Totally agree with you, Vikram. Елена, Викрам говорит, что вообще нас люди окружают, люди с, как он говорит, mediator mind, да, то есть с мышлением медиатора, они окружают нас везде, и в школе, и в университетах, и среди молодежи. И он бы очень хотел, чтобы мы таких людей находили и приводили их в медиацию, и объединяли, обучали их. И вот он говорит, что он поэтому хотел со странами СНГ работать и, может быть, придумать что-то такое, да, то есть вот собирать таких людей, молодежь и, обучать их, объединять.
Да, я думаю, у нас получится собраться со странами СНГ. И еще я очень хотела найти медиатора на Украине. Вот с Украины я так и не... У меня был контакт, но не получилось связаться с данным человеком. Поэтому, в принципе, у меня тоже есть мысли, я поддерживаю эти мысли, и я считаю это важным.
She also agrees with you, and she thinks it's very important, and she thinks that we can try to invent something with CIS countries. And she was looking for somebody from Ukraine. She had a contact, but something gone wrong, and she couldn't get in touch with this person, but she wants to find somebody from Ukraine. And
I have lots of contacts, mediators from Ukraine. Yeah, so we can.
Me too. I also have friends from mediators, friends from Ukraine. So you just didn't tell me about it, Elena. And we can also join our friends, me and Vikram, from Ukraine, and make a big company.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll make a list out of all these from all the CIS countries. Let's put them all together, and then because I'll tell you what I want to do. I want people to actually go out to, be it villages, be it communities in towns, in cities, and just ask people, who are those people whom you trust to help you resolve your disputes. That's a simple question. And those names will come out. Even in families there are people like that, because my problem has always been that all this training that takes place, that people think in 40 hours we'll make you a mediator. I have a big problem with that. Because of that, mediation is not developing the way it should, because that's not how you don't make mediators. A person from their childhood, they have a certain value system, a certain kind of person you have to be, and then you practice as a mediator. That's the way I look at it. So I think we have to ask people and get those people out, and then we can put them all together and we make a platform, and then we promote mediation. That'll be much better. Yes, Rosanna.
Все вместе мы должны развивать медиацию, да?
Да, вот в целом он говорит, что у него есть такая идея, и он бы хотел ее реализовать, что он вообще считает, что вот эти курсы наши, там по 40 часов, по 50, у кого как, они не очень эффективны, потому что люди приходят с разным жизненным подходом, и не каждый из них может стать медиатором. А он считает, что хотелось бы найти, грубо говоря, выйти на улицу, да, и поспрашивать на улице у людей, кто те люди, которые помогают вам решать конфликты. То есть это может быть кто-то из семьи, член семьи, там, друг. И вот собрать таких людей, которые помогают другим решать конфликты, и из них создать вот этот, как комьюнити, да, он говорит, создать и уже с ними работать, их обучать, их объединить. То есть он говорит, что в каждой семье и у каждого даже ребенка есть какой-то набор жизненных ценностей, который ему помогает решать конфликты. И вот у кого-то их больше, у кого-то меньше. И поэтому было бы классно создать вот такое объединение, где бы мы могли обучать уже вот таких уже жизненно подготовленных людей.
Руслана,
Да,
я можно еще дополню немножко, потому что Викрам мне до этого тоже, Викрам уже рассказывал. То есть речь о чем? Что он говорит, что у него есть желание, чтобы мы вообще шли уже в маленькие деревни и в маленькие города, то есть чтобы мы внедрялись во все эти небольшие, например, там даже населенные пункты, и там спрашивали, вот кто тот человек, которому вы все доверяете. И уже находить вот этих людей, и у него еще есть точка зрения, это то, что не только то, что у нас медиаторы могут обучаться не все там вот с такими жизненными установками, а он еще считает, что на самом деле медиатором, вот человеком с такой жизненной позиции делает не то, что ты обучился, а в принципе есть люди, которые даже не проходя обучение, они уже могут вот так примирять людей. Vikram, may I ask you, did I right understand you about your that you think that the reason is not in education for mediators, but the reason in a person by itself, and sometimes a person may be a peacemaker even when it didn't go through education as a mediator.
Absolutely, absolutely. They are there. I'm saying if you go to any school, Elena works with children in school. When you go to a school, children will tell you, okay, this person has the mediator mindset. This person helps children resolve their dispute. They already know that. They're already there. We have to bring those people out. Instead, we think that we can go there and we can suddenly teach them to be mediators. I'm saying you won't be able to teach them to be mediators. Yes, you will teach them the good things, how to communicate with each other, and non-violent communication, how you should manage your conflicts. All that you can tell them. But to create a mediator, it's not going to happen in that way. That's the way I believe it is. So that's why I feel that all over the world, the whole concept of mediation did not take off because we were expecting that we will make mediators. No, you don't make mediators. You have to identify them, bring them out. That's the way I look at it. So you can tell Elena that because she works with children in school, so she can tell us more about how she feels, because has she seen these people with the mediator mindset already there? Yes. Who's going to translate now? Now I have a choice. Okay, Rosanna, you translate now. Ellie, you translate.
Option. You have two buttons. Option.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you why I tell Rosanna, and sometimes I tell Elisa, because Rosanna.
No, it's cooperation. It's cooperation.
Yeah, exactly.
No battles.
No, the more complicated ones I tell Rosanna. The simpler ones I'll tell Ellie. So Rosanna, what do you think? Please tell her. Please tell her this.
Окей. Ну, да, Елизавета уже сказала идею Викрама, да, что он верит в то, что, и как я уже говорила, что невозможно сделать из каждого медиатора, и
100%. Yes.
Да, у нас
да, вот.
Хороших медиаторов. Нужно вот находить таких людей в школах, там, в сообществах, и из них уже. И он говорит, что да, вы научитесь каким-то техникам, как управлять конфликтом, как вести переговоры и так далее, но при этом вы не обязательно можете быть хорошим медиатором. А вот люди такие, которые от природы обладают мышлением медиатора, вот именно их нужно выбирать.
Да, я согласна, потому что здесь очень важно...
На английском.
Yes, I agree, because инструмент медиации, как это сказать, инструмент mediation, it's not will be work, because mediator will be think как медиатор, is mediator. I have sister. She юрист, как по-английски? Lawyer. She is lawyer. But she is not mediator, and she not understand what is it. But I speak, but I say you about mediation. What is it? It's, но это не ее, как это сказать? It's, она это не принимает.
It doesn't work with her because she doesn't understand, because she is not a mediator in her mind. She understands techniques and she can hear what Lena says, but she doesn't understand, and she can be a good mediator.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
She is slower only. Lawyer.
Exactly.
Lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. If
Lawyer.
Elena sits with her sister every day also, and she keeps talking about mediation, still that sister will not become a mediator. It won't become mediator. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you agree with me on that, and that's the way I've noticed it all over. This is the biggest thing that we face. That the only thing that people have done in relation to mediation is done training. They made money only in training. People are not actually practicing it, but just making money out of the training part of it, which is not working. So what I told Elizabetha that she should go to her village and ask them, is there someone who people trust? Is there a person with the mediator mindset? But she's not doing it. Why are you not doing it, Ellie? Tell
Because
us.
I'm in Brno, Vikram. I will go only 1 and 2 months to my village.
Okay. So, but tell them what I told you, that we have to ask people in the village and
Okay.
then we have to
Vikram,
identify them.
I will a little bit translate, Lena, your thought. Вот, Рузанна, я хотела еще вот дополнить перевод немножко до этого, то, что говорили, то, что, мне кажется, просто вот мысль Викрама, она не только о том, что не каждого можно научить медиации, но еще и о том, что мы можем передать, как сказать, то есть есть люди, в которых это заложено, и, по сути, мы им можем там выдать какую-то теорию о том, какие там могут быть техники бесконфликтного общения, как ну, то есть вот какие-то такие
что-то создать новое
инструменты, но
и транслировать.
но он говорит, что у нас есть мысль о том, что мы можем создать там медиаторов, но мы на самом деле можем их только идентифицировать и найти. То есть они уже есть, а мы им только помогаем какие-то дополнительные техники обрести,
Вот,
а человек
девочки,
уже готов.
Переведите, пожалуйста, такую мысль, что вот здесь позиция Викрама очень схожа с позицией Максудова Рустема Рамзиевича, ведь он говорит о том же, Лиз, вот я не помню, с нами, вот он в процессе нашего обучения он
Лена,
говорил,
как сказать, о чем он говорит?
что вот у нас есть Максудов Рустем Рамзиевич, он наш наставник, да, учитель, скажем, вот проводник в мир медиации, и он говорит о том, что да, медиаторами не становятся, а рождаются. И этих людей нужно искать. И медиатор – это не обязательно профессиональный там, специалист, а действительно любой член из семьи им может быть.
Лен, и пока не забыла, я тебе еще переведу вот то, что сейчас говорил Викрам, то, что он меня уже давно агитирует, чтобы я ехала в свою деревню и искала там людей. Здесь живут мои родители, которые уже сейчас имеют авторитет, и чтобы я помогала им, но, говорит, почему-то я не еду. Ну вот почему-то я не еду пока в свою
Ну, мы
деревню.
подумаем об этом, потому что мы будем транслировать и распространять медиацию.
I'm also here, okay?
Yes, Vikram, it was I just translate what you told before, and Elena wants you to know that in Russia we have our master. It is Maksudov Rustem. He is a specialist in restorative mediation, and he is the head of association in Russia of restorative mediation, and I don't know, one word.
Rosanna is there, she can help you. Now, Rosanna, you have to translate for Elizabeth now.
Vikram, he is a founder of restorative justice in Russia too. And Lena and me and our colleagues in Brno, we also, he also taught us, we have lessons from him, and he helped us. We have supervisions with him, and Elena wants you to know about him because he think with you in the same way that we don't create mediators. A person is born as a mediator, and that we can find such person in families or in some groups, but not creating them.
That's very good. That we must meet this person and let's have a conversation with him. Because I'll tell you one important thing that I keep talking about. Even on Wednesday, I had a discussion on Mahatma Gandhi and mediation. Because I keep saying that the heart, soul, and spirituality play a very important part in mediation and with mediators. And that part of it you cannot push into someone with an injection or with a medicine or something. That it is something which a person has within, grows up in a certain environment. So now, Rosanna, you have to translate this. This is going to be your more complicated translation. Yeah.
Окей. Викрам говорит, что он не перестает об этом говорить, да, он хочет вообще познакомиться с Максудовым, это классно, что есть такой человек, давайте познакомимся.
Розанна, вам нужно с Максудовым вместе прийти, Максудову нужен помощник, он не знает английский.
Окей, сейчас скажу. И Викрам говорит, что вот как раз в среду у него была беседа по поводу, на тему медиация, Махатма Ганди, да, медиация, тема была у него в среду. И он говорил о том, что медиатор это больше, чем профессия, это еще это душа, это состояние души, это какие-то внутренние вещи, с которыми ты рождаешься и которые должны тебе как бы в этой, они помогают в профессии, они тебя делают медиатором. Vikram, Елена said that she will be happy to get invited to you with Rustem Maksudov, but he also doesn't speak English, and
nice.
we can
exactly. You people will be there. You people will be there for that translation. But let's have why not have a conversation with him like this in March? Let's fix up a March and let's have a similar conversation, because if he has the same thought process, this should go out, because that means there are lots of people like me who talk about the same thing. I think we should bring them together, because I'm telling you that the direction of mediation will go in the right direction, mediation, if we do this. We identify those people and bring them out. And this has to start at the villages, in communities, in families. We just have to say that these are special people. We should value these people. That is what is important, because they're not valued, because they do it so easily. I mean, they just do it. It just happens. Okay, Rosanna. So now your translation.
And let me ask you, I think that I missed something you said before, because Elena told me about Maksudov, and I just lost my thought. You were saying about spirit and soul and all this heart that mediator has.
Exactly. No, the heart, soul, and spirituality that the mediator brings in, and how, in terms of the parties also, how they connect to their heart, soul, and spirituality. And that is the way actually the humanistic approach to mediation, all those interesting things as part of mediation are never discussed. We have to start discussing those things also. And it's a special process, and the people are special. And that is, these aspects are important parts of it. So, yes.
Right, agree. Ну, да, в принципе, я в таком сокращенном формате тебе перевела, но суть была такая, да, что...
Я поняла, да.
Поняла, да. Елена understood everything that you said.
Yes.
So,
what does she say now? What does she say on this now? Yes, Elena, what do you say?
Say it in English. Елена, что вы думаете по этому поводу, да, вообще?
По поводу того, что это должны быть специальные люди, да? Я правильно в отношении все поняла?
Ну, вот про то, что медиатор это больше, да, чем профессия, что это вот особое состояние души, что мы вкладываем в работу сердце и свою душу и так далее.
Yes, of course. Очень много людей, которые не принимают медиацию душой и сердцем, они не могут, у них не получается проводить медиацию, и тогда они близки к выгоранию. Это не просто инструмент, переведите пока вот это, Лиса, переведи, тогда Рузанна отдохнет, или наоборот, вы сами как-нибудь.
Vikram, Elena speaking about that there are a lot of people which haven't mediator mindset, that their soul or their hearts don't accept mediation, and when they're working as a mediator in mediation procedure with the parties of conflicts, it's really hard for them, and it become a reason of their burning out as a mediator.
Exactly, because that's what I'm saying, that this process and the mediators it's a very special thing. So it's not something that anyone can be just pushed into a room and say, okay, now be a mediator. It should not happen and should not happen that way. We should make sure that it doesn't happen that way, because of that, mediation will not be promoted properly. People will have a bad user experience. And if they have a bad user experience, they will tell people, and okay, we had a bad experience. The mediation gets a bad name. So that is why it's important. I'm saying for some time, maybe for the next 1 year, let us just identify these people. And Rosanna, Elena, Elizabetha will go to the villages, to communities, to ask families, just put a little message out that, do you know someone who helps people resolve their disputes? That's it. Just let's get those names, and then we'll take it from there. How do we involve them? How we can actually make it there as a livelihood? I'm not even saying profession, because these days I've been saying that, is it really a profession or is it just a way of life? So we have to also discuss that part also. So let us, okay, maybe Rosanna, you have to first translate this. And I don't know where Elena you understood, but please, because this is very important. This is a very important part that I think that we need to discuss.
Ну, Викрам по-прежнему призывает нас пойти, что называется, в люди и поискать, ну, вот таких людей, которые при жизни медиаторы, да, будем их так называть. И вот когда мы уже найдем таких людей, чтобы мы просто собрали, ну, вот это комьюнити такое, таких людей, да, чтобы у нас был пул таких людей, и потом он предлагает нам собраться, объединиться и обсудить, как мы можем дальше с ними работать, что мы можем сделать, да, и, ну, и вот эти вот все моменты. Пока он говорит, давайте найдем таких людей, а потом придумаем, как мы будем с ними работать и как мы будем это развивать. И он хочет, чтобы, ну, медиация стала способом жизни, ну, не профессией. И вот именно для этого нужно вычленить таких людей из общества.
Я еще добавлю, перед этим он, Лена, согласился с твоей мыслью о том, что не каждому это дано. И он говорит о том, что то, что не всегда медиаторами становятся люди, у которых к этому лежит душа, сердце, приводит к тому, что у клиентов, которые пришли на медиацию, может появиться негативный опыт. И пока так происходит, это ну, как темное пятно на медиации. И в итоге репутация медиации за счет этого тоже может снижаться.
100%, да. Это очень плохо сказывается на медиации.
Yes, Елена agrees that it has very...
Так и происходит.
Yes, it has very bad impact on mediation when the person when the person doesn't have this mediator mind and the spirit and soul. Yes.
Okay, now before I mean, of course, you people are agreeing with me. Now you have to tell me how you are going to help me do this and how you're going to work on it. Before I tell Elena, you have a fan following now. Beyond that, now there is someone from Bangladesh, from Algeria, and Christina. She's actually from Armenia, but now she lives in Cyprus. So they're all there. So you can say hi to them. So now you have a global fan following now.
Okay. Лен, поняла, да, у тебя там прибавляется.
Очень много фолловеров, да.
Say hi to everyone.
Oh.
Okay, so now you're going to tell me how you people are going to work on this, because I tried telling Elizabetha to do this. She now obviously doesn't want to go to her village and she doesn't help me do that. So how are you people going to help me do this? How are we going to do this? How are we going to bring these people out? Are we going to send a WhatsApp message to everyone we know saying, please tell us, and tell them to circulate that message on WhatsApp, on Instagram, wherever? Are you people going to do that or not?
Викрам спрашивает, он говорит, ну вот я понимаю, что вы со мной все соглашаетесь, но теперь скажите мне, как вы хотите и как вы можете это реализовать? Каким образом вы соберете этих людей? Ну, давайте предложение. Каким образом?
Я могу сказать,
да, и он говорит,
в своем регионе.
Через Инстаграм, то есть как призвать этих людей? Давайте идеи.
Во-первых, я могу сказать, что я уже нашла таких людей. С одним человеком мы работали по школьной медиации. Сейчас Лиза еще вас не знакомила. Также есть у нас центр Рубикон. У нас там целая группа людей, которые не являлись медиаторами, но они мыслят как медиаторы. Мы с ними работаем. Что касается людей из других регионов, то это однозначно Инстаграм. На сегодняшний день моя самая активная работа, я не успеваю во всех соцсетях, поэтому Инстаграм – это основное место, где я проявляю активность. И там на самом деле находится очень много людей, которые именно мыслят как медиаторы, и мы уже собраны. И поэтому, можно продолжать собираться, присоединяться, знакомиться и через Инстаграм объединяться. Кроме того, у нас есть движение «Импульс».
Давай переведем.
Ага, давай.
А то забуду мысль. Елена said that she had already worked on it, and she already has those people, and one of them from school, because she had practiced with school mediation, and she found I don't know, man or woman. Man, кто это, мужчина? Мужчина, мальчик?
И мужчина, и женщина. И первый мальчик.
Ты это о ком
мужчина.
говорила? Это один?
Нет, это мужчина, это психолог-дефектолог, и он со мной работал именно по школьной медиации.
So this man from school, he is a psychologist, and he worked with Elena. He cooperated with her in school mediation, and he's kind of this person who has mediator mindset. And also they had a group of people from organization. Как называется организация?
Рубикон.
Rubicon.
Они занимаются.
From Rubicon organization, who cooperate also with their organization, and they're not mediators, but they think like mediators. Чем они занимаются?
For me, those are mediators. Those are mediators. The people who think like mediator, they are mediators. They don't have to practice as one, but they are mediators.
Don't divide them. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They are mediators from their life, or they were born mediators. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, Elena said that she's trying to find, and she is successful in it, people from Instagram, because she has she's lack of time, and she worked a lot in Instagram, and all. She found a lot of people who are born mediators, and Лен нашла людей в Инстаграме, которые, как медиаторы.
Да, это Вероника Беларусь, это Рузана, пожалуйста, тут еще с Александром, там медиаторы. Очень много людей. Да, там огромное количество медиаторов. И мы, кроме того, у нас существует движение медиаторов СНГ «Импульс». Мы можем собираться, объединяться и что-то делать, транслировать медиацию, влюблять людей в медиацию.
And she's saying about Impulse. Have you heard about Impulse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alexander does that. Yeah, Alexander's.
So we are those people who work with Elena in Impulse, and we are trying also to find this mediator-born people, and there are a lot of them. So we can, we can invent something together with Impulse and with all those people that she said before.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we just need to do. That's get those people out, and then just, look, just how to practice it and how they are going to make it their livelihood. That kind of discussion has to be had as to how they can start doing that. Maybe as part-time kind of thing, and then because we need them to be out there full-time just doing this, because there is so much work to do. But at least they can start slowly maybe just as a side thing, and then maybe take it as a full-time thing. So I think you people have to, I mean, I'm saying help me do it, but you're already doing it. So that's, I think that's ideal. So when we have, what we'll do is we'll have regular maybe meetings of CIS countries and start getting these people into that. And then from there, as soon as we keep growing larger and then reach out to people, how we reach out to people, we'll see. Because I really have to go out. First of all, we have to tell them what mediation is in simple terms, very simple terms, because it's not a complicated thing. They know about it. It's not new to them. It happens all the time in families and communities. It keeps happening. So we just have to tell them that the important thing is that the person does not take a decision for you and it doesn't have the authority to impose a decision. Those aspects have to be clear to them, because everywhere there is a confusion. People have created confusions because they make centers, arbitration and mediation. Why do you do that? Why do you confuse people by connecting arbitration and mediation? Make a arbitration center separately, make a mediation center separately. They try to combine the two, so that is a confusion everywhere. Yes, let's ask Elizabeth to translate this. Yes, Elizabeth, she's sleeping with her eyes open. Yes, Elizabeth,
I'm not sleeping, Vikram. But I think that this message was maybe harder than before. But Викрам, во-первых, очень рад тому, что ты уже занимаешься такой работой, и тому, что сегодня уже существует сообщество, где объединились люди с таким мышлением, и уже можно будет приступать к каким-то действиям. И, Vikram, may you tell me a little bit more about your thoughts about arbitration and mediation? Do you think it must be separate?
It is separate. It is a totally separate thing. But when people talk about, like I said, they make these institutes, they make centers. For some reason, they combine the two things together. They say arbitration and mediation.
And do you think
people are confused? Totally wrong, because it's a totally different process. It has nothing, one has nothing to do with the other. Why do you combine it? It's like saying, like what? Okay, I mean, that's a whole different thing that I keep talking about, the courts and mediation. They're two different things. Why connect the two? I have this problem that everywhere in the world that has happened and people are confused. We as mediators know that. But what about the people? They don't know. We have to educate them on the very basic thing. So Rosanna is going to help you, Elizabeth. Please help Elizabeth to translate. Yes, Rosanna.
Vikram, I will already translate because I started. If you are not against it. Лена, Викрам говорит еще о том, что, во-первых, он говорил про то, что учить людей нам не нужно, их обучать чему-то там сильно сложному, мы можем им рассказать какие-то основы вот о медиации,
да, я
согласна, какие-то базовые вещи. И он говорит, что сейчас еще существует такая вещь, как ну, в частности, медиаторам свойственно объединять, вот когда создаются какие-то центры, вот на английском он говорит, что это arbitration, mediation centers, мы в одну кучу слепляем вот какие-то такие правовые моменты, я так думаю, это как раз вот центр медиации и права в этом духе.
Ага,
вот.
поняла.
А он считает, что это неверно, потому что это нам понятно, как это все происходит, а людям непонятно, и для них тогда вообще непонятно, в чем разница и к чему относится медиация.
Вот этот момент, вот, Лиз, вот скажи, что именно этот момент я считаю очень важным, это очень правильно, здесь нужно разводить эти понятия, потому что у людей складывается впечатление, что медиация – это то же самое, что и разрешение спора с помощью юридического права. Ну, это то же самое, да, с помощью арбитра, что это то же самое, и вводит их в заблуждение. И именно поэтому люди ждут совета от медиатора и ждут, что медиатор решит за них спор. Вот этот момент очень важен. Поэтому это нужно разделять однозначно.
Vikram, she is really agree with you in this question because she thinks that arbitration and mediation must be separated because she also sees that people don't understand what is the difference between them. And when we came in mediation, they think that mediator will help them to find how to resolve the problem, what he will tell them to do, and they are waiting for advices from mediator, how to resolve it all.
Медиация – это все-таки об ответственности. Mediation about responsibility. И вот это responsibility, эту ответственность нужно вручать непосредственно участникам. И не всегда участники к этому готовы.
And you hear that Elena tells about responsibility, and it is the most important thing in education. And she tells that people must understand that it's their responsibility, and they must choose what to do.
Because okay, main thing is okay. Rosanna wants to leave. I don't know. Rosanna, you want to leave now or sometime?
I have to go. Yes, I can spend some 2 or 5 minutes, but I have to go anyway. And I was so happy to join you and to be with you. And I will be happy to join this conversation with the CIS countries if you organize it anyway.
Basically on 18th. Let's just meet on 18th. Whoever comes in, I right now I haven't sent out the message, so I'll just send out the message today. So on 18th at 6:30 p.m. India time, I'd kept it. That's okay.
Yes. Vikram, in which time?
6:30 India time.
Я тоже
6:30.
Я тоже уже должна вот как-то идти, поэтому.
6:30, yeah. So I think 6:30 India, Rosanna will be 7 o'clock for you and 8 o'clock for these people. Is that okay?
You know, I have classes at this time in university.
But we can change the time. We can change the time. What suits you people? What suits you people? We can change the time.
Let's discuss it in
okay.
Instagram or somewhere. Yes, about this time. And Elena also said that she has to leave.
Yeah.
Yes, Elena.
But she will have just little time now.
Okay. So what I will do now is that first let me take you through whatever is happening on February, what all events that I'm doing. Let's just do that. And then also tell you people that please go to my website, mediatorvikram.com. You find information of the events and all that I do, because you don't end up seeing everything on LinkedIn or Instagram. So please go there also. So I'll put that on. But before that, I want to show everyone that clip that Elena sent, the New Year one. I really liked it. So let me just put that out, and then we'll go from there. One sec. Okay, Elena, your Happy New Year. I'm just going to put it out there again.
Лена, сейчас он видео включит и закончим.
It's 20 seconds, but it felt so nice that from Siberia I get a message so nice. The message was so nice.
Vikram, Happy New Year. I want to wish you and your family health and success. And so I say you thank you because I meeting with you. And it's very wonderful meeting for me, very important meeting for me, meeting with you. You make a very great job for Mediator for all the world. Dear Vikram, Happy New Year from Russia with love.
I like that. I like that from Russia with love part of it. That was really nice, Elena. That was really nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now let me just take you what the February thing, and then we can say thank you to you people. So give me 1 second to do that, because I'm telling you that you people have to participate definitely in all the activities. So this is what all in February. So this was from Greece, in conversation with from Greece. Olga, wonderful person. All of them are such wonderful people. This was an interesting lecture on justice, collaborative poetry, and mediation. So that was interesting. Okay, so this is what that heart, soul, and spirituality that I keep saying. So we had the discussion. Gabriel has very interesting thoughts, and there is something called the constellation theory, constellation methodology. So you must, if you can get time, listen to this. In the Brazilian courts, they're using that constellation methodology. So have a look at this. It's interesting. It's a very interesting conversation. Also, I've had 2 other conversations with her before this. I think 3 other conversations. It's really interesting, her thoughts on this. Then she's from Brazil, Constantia. Constantia says that in her lifetime, she wants to see that she can practice as a full-time mediator. So the situation is the same everywhere in the world. People are not being able to practice as full-time mediators. I will, if you have people have after this 2 minutes, you can give me your thoughts on that. Then this was what I did on Wednesday, Mahatma Gandhi and mediation. So interesting, the humanistic concept as part of mediation. So that's interesting. This person you can recognize, maybe, yes. This is another series that I have. It's called Mediator Experiences, where mediators just give them memorable experiences of theirs. So of course, Elisa knows about this Weinstein Jams International Fellowship. So now these fellows, I'm calling them and asking them their experience with the fellowship. And obviously, and the discussion obviously is more than that. So that was Kenya, from Cyprus and Greece, then from Ghana. And this is Michael Lang is very interesting. I mean, of course, a wonderful person, and he practices something called reflective practice. So mediators, he has these groups all over the world where mediators talk about their experiences in mediation and they discuss that part. That's called reflective practice. He's also written a book on that. Then this is a book that Bernie Mayer has written, Neutrality Trap. Interesting, I mean, thoughts. We'll discuss it on of course on that day. So this is a show called Talking Books, because I don't read them, so I talk about them. Rosanna had come with Ken Cloke's book that we were discussing, so Rosanna was there. So that was,
it was great.
Yeah. And then Daniel Weinstein, I mean, he's done a lot of work, and he has a foundation also. He's a very well-known mediator in the US. So Elizabeth had come for the last one. This is part 2. She was there in part 1. So it was interesting conversation. If you get time, please watch this. And last day of the month, celebrating the birthdays of mediators in that month. So please drop in. So that's how it is, right? So please participate in whatever you can. Yes.
Девочки, что?
Присоединяйся ко всем мероприятиям, каким сможешь.
Yes. Okay.
So now we'll fix up a meeting, whatever Instagram or WhatsApp, we'll just send messages and we'll get that meeting together. And let's take this process like the way I want looking at it. That's the way we should go about it. Just let's get these people out there who are already, they have the mindset. Let's get them together. Yes. Yes, Elena.
Yes.
Okay, so now, Elena, what is that message you want to send to people all over the world? What is the
Что я хочу сказать всем людям, кто смотрит? Thank you very much, all my dear colleagues. Thank you very much, all people. I love you and wish you. I wish you success, and I think. И я думаю, что нам нужно объединяться, встречаться и работать для того, чтобы укреплять культуру сотрудничества, переговоров и мирного выхода из конфликтных ситуаций.
I told you, Elena, that people from South America, because of time problem, now we have Ellen from Brazil, who has now, she's watching on Facebook. So obviously now morning has started there, so they're coming in. But I said you have a fan following all over the world now. So.
Лена, тебя смотрят сейчас даже из Бразилии. Vikram, translation.
Okay, so so this is it. You just want to say hi to them. Any other message you want to send out from as a mediator, as peace in the world, all those nice things that you were talking about in the symposium, you want to talk about? They say something on that. In the symposium, she had some very wonderful thoughts that she had put out. So Elena, anything on that?
Vikram, Elena thought that she wished to all people which are with here now and to all people in whole, she wished them to be happy, and also for us as for mediators, she wished to find the way to cooperate and to collaborate, and she believes that our actions together, they can help us to create the culture of conflict resolution and of cooperation for whole people.
Perfect. Great. So thank you, Elena, for coming
in. Thank you.
It's always wonderful talking to you. And obviously we'll have more conversations. And thank you, Ellie, for being the translator and obviously coming to whatever events that I do. And thank you, Rosanna, for coming on for talking books. And I'm going to see you obviously on other things that we do, and obviously when we get together as our CIS mediators. So thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Vikram,
Thank you.
for what you do, for joining us, and for this great part of job that you do, joining all the mediators all around the world. It's a really great thing, and we get know each other, and you have very interesting conversation and topics that you raise. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much.
And
Of
bye,
course,
everybody.
of course, Elena and Elizabeth don't have nice things to say about me. That is the only sad part. Yes, Ellie? Elena, you don't have anything nice to say? Look at Rosanna, such nice things she said. Of course, Elena has sent that message, New Year message. She said some nice things, but Ellie has nothing nice to say. Yes, Ellie?
I didn't say.
No? Did you hear say anything nice? No, she did.
Vikram, I always want to tell you that I'm so thankful for you, because you know that maybe not to any speaker of your lections, but as for me, you really made a lot of things. Because I found mediators from all over the world which communicated with me not only on your lections and YouTube translations, but they also helped me to find some information about, for example, working of mediation centers in other countries, and to know about their practice. They have to leave their own deals and to call me in time when we can communicate, because we have really large difference in time zones. And I see that you're one of the persons which may, by his work and job, create beautiful things, and you make some magical collaborations for us, which seems like something impossible.
This is what I look. This is what I like to hear. It's just so nice to hear this. What do I do this for? I do this only to hear these nice things. But only thing, Ellie, you did not tell everyone about the Yandex browser. You should have told people about.
Vikram, I always told them about it.
Okay, so
I told to people in my association, I write in our Instagram page how to use it. I told Elena when she was my instruction how to use it.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, just generally to tell people, of course, you have to tell them in Russian that on the Yandex browser, they can actually just click a button and all the YouTube videos get translated into Russian, and they can hear me talking in Russian. That's the best part.
We told them about it, and also
but just say this. Just say this.
We gave them links.
Just say this in Russian right now. Just say it in Russian how it works. Just in 1 minute, just tell them. So there must be people from Russia who'll watch. So just tell them quickly.
Для людей из России и для русскоязычной аудитории Викрам просит отдельно рассказать о том, что для того, чтобы просмотреть любые из записей на его канале на русском языке, вам необходимо установить Яндекс.Браузер. Можно на телефоне, можно на компьютере. И при открытии YouTube через Яндекс.Браузер вам будет предоставлена возможность перевести видеоролик на русский язык. То есть, когда вы заходите в браузер, открываете YouTube-канал «Медиатор Викрам», можно вбить поиск даже на русском, вверху появляется строка «Перевести на русский». Нажимаете, и через несколько минут видео сразу будет озвучиваться на русском языке. То есть для тех, кто не может посмотреть видеозаписи на английском, вы можете использовать эту функцию Яндекс.Браузера.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So I'll see you soon. Okay. Let me just stop.